All right, now it's the fun part. We're going to take our leather, we're going to turn it over on its back, and I'm going to use this burnishing tool here, and we're just going to rub along and shape the inside of the fish. If your leather's dried out, you'll want to get it re-dampened with the sponge and some tap water. You don't want to get it too wet, just damp. And we're just going to rub it in my palm till we get it to stay just like so. If you have it too wet, it'll just fall back into your hand. And if it's too dry, it won't shape at all. So got it right amount of moisture content in the leather, and just keep forming all the way down into the tail. And if it starts getting to an area where it's too small for the tool, we just change tools to a ball modeler. And just keep on forming. And we're going to do it till just right here when the tail fins start. We can bend over the fins. And continue shaping. Now we have that done. We're just going to flip the fish back over. And as you can tell, it's starting to take shape quite nicely. The next step is I'm going to take some leather weld and I'm going to apply some leather weld onto the back of the tail fin, and a little bit on the top of the dorsal fin. And I'm just going to work it in a little bit with my finger. And it's a water-based adhesive, so it'll wash right off. You want to work it right up to the edges. And I'm going to stick the two dorsal fin pieces together. Apply a little bit of pressure. And we're going to set that off to the side to dry. Now the tail fin. Just going to fold it in half. Press and hold, and we can start shaping it by just folding in the fin, pressing and holding it and letting it dry. And we'll move this off to the side and let it dry for a while. The next step is we're going to get ready for assembly of the fish. We're going to take the dorsal fin, and all I'm going to do is cut some V openings into the base of the dorsal fin piece we have here. And this will allow it to shape better. You want to go through both pieces. Like so. This way, I'm going to open this up a little bit. That way, and we'll just push down on the top, spread it out a little bit where it looks like this, and then we're gonna, before it totally dries, we're just gonna bend it a little bit to mimic the shape or the form of the back of the fish. Now we're gonna take our craft knife and that shape along the back of the fish that we barely cut with the swivel knife. Now we're going to take craft knife and ever so gently cut this and allow us to put that dorsal fin up through the back. And the reason why you don't do this earlier is if you were to cut this before we started shaping, your shaping tools would go right through the hole we're making. Turn it over. Now what we're going to do is you want it to sit down on your cutting surface, and just to help with the piece, we're just going to bevel this inside edge. Like so. Now we can take our dorsal fin and slide it right up inside that slot. Like this. Flip the fish over, and right on all these little tabs, we're going to put a little dot of glue of our leather weld. Doesn't take a lot. a little dot. And a little pressure. Inside, and we're going to work on the other side. And we have it all pressed down. We're just going to set it off and let it dry. And the last step for the assembly is we're going to put a little dot of glue underneath the gill on both sides. To hold the gills down, and just press and hold. And let the glue dry, and then we'll have a nice finished koi fish ready to paint.